Fear Not, episode 150. Hey everybody, before we start the show today, if you're having difficulty in developing lasting self-confidence, stick around after the show because I have an offer that I know will help you. Hi, I'm Billy Atwell, and I believe that consistently facing your fears is the only way to realize your truest self and to make those confident choices that will help you to obtain your deepest held hopes and dreams. I have faith that this podcast series will show you that you are not alone, that it will strengthen you and give you courage to face your fears, and that it will help you to permanently cross over into a life of living beyond your fears. Join me on this journey as we listen and learn from others as they share their experiences in facing and overcoming their own fears. Hello everybody. Today you and I are going to be joined by Sherwin Mahoning. Welcome Sherwin. How are you today?
I'm feeling awesome.
Are you ready to fear not today?
I am ready.
Sherwin is a creative entrepreneurial spirit. He's also the president and creative director of Things to Come, a luxury women's accessory brand consisting of handbags, shoes, and jewelry. With a pedigree of a father who was a master craftsman of leather and wood, and a mother who was a former model, art director, and playwright, Sherman's position within the fashion industry is a natural. His point of view: you don't wear luxury, you become luxury. Sherwin, can you take a few moments to fill in those gaps and also give us a brief glimpse of your personal life, perhaps?
Sure. Well, yes, my father was a leather craftsman when he came over to America from Jamaica. He got that inspiration because my grandmother, his mother, she was a dressmaker in Jamaica, and that's how she supported the family while the husband, my grandfather, he worked at the factory. So creation has always been a part of my family throughout the line, and now I'm here taking it to that next level. Things to Come is a brand that represents glamour. It represents the best handmade quality. I come from a line of entrepreneurs throughout my family. I have a very large family spread all over the world. And I think that's where I get it from. It's a passion. I would definitely say it's a passion.
Would you also share with us today, Sherwin, one of the biggest fears that you've had to face?
Wow. To be honest, I get fears and I tackle them, but fears are always coming to me. And I see it like a mountain, and I'm climbing to the top of the mountain. And with every hurdle as I go up the mountain, that's a fear. And the biggest fear that I'm looking at, and I welcome, but I fear it, is success. But that's for later on. The biggest fear so far that I had was actually stepping out into public with my own company, Things to Come. When I was in high school, John F. Kennedy High School in the Bronx, I got inspired. In actuality, it was me and a friend who was walking through through the hallway in the high school. And to tell you briefly, there was a bunch of girls laughing in the hallway. So me and my friend was wondering, where did that sound come from? We walked to the door, and behold, a room full of women. Well, needless to say, Billy, I took the class. But it was that class and being there and doing well and knowing that my love for drawing superheroes and art turned into a love for fashion illustration. Went to school, went to Parsons, then FIT, and then all of a sudden, 2012, I started the business. And then in 2015, launched a footwear line. But I didn't know anything about shoes. So here I am coming into the business, and I'm exposing myself to the world and being vulnerable. And I was always a shy guy. My old friends called me Shy. That's like a nickname. But my newer friends call me Sherwin. Old friends call me Shy because I was a quiet guy in the church, but I wanted to start a singing group. That was a dream, to sing. But my friend said, well, Sherwin, how do you want to sing, but you don't talk to nobody, so shy? And it kind of stuck. but I wanted to do it, and I felt like I needed to do that to overcome that fear of performance. And it's the same thing now with my business and wanting to get into that. I wanted it, and I seen it. And as I'm working in the industry, I was a merchandiser. I worked on the retail floor. I worked in the corporate office for product development. I seen what the workers were doing, and I said I could do that too. I'm working in the showroom at 9 West, and I could do that too. What the president is doing, I could do that. But the fear is like, well, I don't know anything about shoes. I'm a apparel designer from FIT. But I wanted it so bad that I put myself out there and believed in the talents I already possessed and the ones that I was learning to take me to that next level. And then getting there, you're like, oh wow, this is a great feeling. But once I passed that hurdle and I put out my first collection, it took me about 3.5 months to design my first collection, and I did it really quick actually. Actually, it took me 3 months really. But usually you get 3.5 months. Total 6 months to a whole collection, but 3.5 months to 3 months. I put it together, and here I am about to show buyers from major retail stores, and that's scary because you don't want nobody to say that your work is bad. But I felt in my heart it was great, so I took the chance to put it out there, and I said, well, this is the best. I went to Italy. I always believed I can fly and find my factories and build teams. I flew to Italy. That was scary, but I did it. Overcame that. And with every new goal, there's the next one that's waiting for you. But I feel like it's like you're a soldier, and with every new weapon you get, you feel more able to get the task done. And with every experience I go through, I see it as a new armor, helping me get the next job done. And to this day, I still have there's certain things that bother me that may give me a little bit of fear, but I think that's healthy. Fear is healthy. Um, it's a desire that you have, but it's almost like a protection from emotional hurt. Um, but you need that to propel you to the next level. And as I said earlier, success is my biggest fear. Why I say that? Because a lot of times us as people, we're not ready for success. We're ready to get into whatever we're doing, but when the success happens, some of us are not mentally prepared for success, and when we get there, we crumble. I want to make sure that I have enough armor and enough experience, and enough players behind my back who support me and believe in the brand to help me be able to handle success, because success is a big thing. A lot of people don't think about it, but success is a big thing. And once I reach that point and I can say I've conquered it, then I will feel fulfilled. But until then, I'm always going to be hungry for more. And as the fears come, yes, I mean, I'm not going to just jump into it because we're all human and we're all emotional, and we want to make sure that the world sees us in a good light. I'm not going to be afraid to take that first step into it because I know I need to do it, not for me, but for things to come. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me; it's about things to come and the legacy that I leave. So that's my little 2 cents.
Um, Sherwin, you mentioned that I kept hearing words like faith and belief. So clearly that plays a huge part in how you face your fear. What else do you do when fear comes your way that you prepare yourself or to make that first step forward into the unknown?
When I was a child, my father would come into the room before I go to sleep, and we will kneel down at my bedside and we'll pray together. And we'll pray. I'll go to sleep, and even as a kid, I knew I'm ready for the next day because I felt protected. So for me, my faith is in God, and what I do is I pray before a situation, and I just make it known that God, this is what's coming up. Give me the uh, attitude and the wisdom to help deal with whatever is coming. And then as I walk into whatever meeting or a showroom, or if I have to do a footwear presentation, I use my faith and the knowledge that I've built so far in the industry to help me, get as far as I can get. And hopefully it goes well.
Are you ready for the speed round?
Sure. Bring it on.
What individual, whether they're fiction or real, has made the most impact on your life?
Definitely my father. Definitely my father, because I know the story of all three of my brothers. We know the story of how he came to this country. Well, he had a dream. He was a teacher in Jamaica, and he wanted to come to this country to better his life and his wife's life. So, with $50 in his pocket, he came to New York, and then unfortunately in 2007 he passed away. But he passed away successful because he was a auditor for the state of New York. He bought a house. He had a car. He had three great children, a wife that loved him, and a church. That's like the American dream. Everybody has a dream, their passion, whether to be a homeowner, have a business, a family, and everything is all crystal and everything is shining bright. So my father will always be my hero.
If you could instantly change one thing in the world, what would you change?
I wish I can have world peace. Can't we all just get along? Because within peace and within people getting along, I think that would open more doors for a lot more things to happen for us as people. We will be able to trade better. We would be able to travel and feel safe in different places better. We will be able to learn languages and cultures better if everybody just got along. There wouldn't be a fear to stop us from doing certain things, I wish. And if I had the power, I would change that.
What's your biggest weakness?
Wow. Biggest weakness? Failure.
What's your biggest strength?
Determination. I feel there's this burning desire to be determined. And that's the strength that I have. And it gets bigger and bigger as my view on what I need to accomplish grows. That's just something that's there. And I like to work it out. Like if I'm in the gym, because I love to go to the gym, I like to work it out so it can get bigger and bigger so I can never feel like I can't accomplish something. Because if I don't work out that desire, I feel it's going to get smaller. And then that's when people get complacent and they fizzle out. But my strength would be keeping that desire and keeping my momentum going.
If you could only have one book to read, what's that book going to be?
The Art of War.
Do you have a favorite sound?
Harmony.
And Sherwin, if someone would like to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way to reach out to me would be either on my Instagram. You can type in TCLG, Things to Come Luxury Group. But once you put in TCLG, you should see my work on my page. Or you can reach me on Facebook, where Sherwin Mahoning, easily, or my website, thingstocomluxury.com.
And Sherwin, what parting advice would you like to give us today?
I just want the listeners just to know that you are great and you are better than what you perceive yourself to be. And you could accomplish it if you really want to. As long as you're realistic with yourself and your aspirations, if you dedicate your time and dedicate learning your craft, you can get there. And never be afraid to meet new people, because no man is an island. We all need that hand to pull us up.
That's excellent advice, and thank you so much for that. And Sherwin, I want to thank you too for coming on the show today, not only sharing one of your biggest fears, but talking about your faith and belief and really just being an inspiration and encouraging us today. So Thank you so, so much for that.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hello again, everybody. I hope you found today's guest inspirational. But if you're still struggling with fear and you're lacking self-confidence, consider taking one of my 3-person Unshakable Self-Confidence intensive workshops. For 2 days, you and 2 other people will work with me directly, and together we will find out what is the root of your problem. What is blocking you from having the confidence in yourself that you'll need in order to obtain your goals? If you'd like more detailed information about this intensive, email me at billy@livingbeyondyourfears.com. Thank you for joining me today. And remember, you cannot achieve everything, but you do have the God-given ability to achieve anything. So stay focused, out of fear, and keep on keeping on. Until next time, be well and peaceful. For more information on today's episode and guest, or for resources that will assist you in overcoming your fears, visit livingbeyondyourfears.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast, where 3 times a week we move to a life beyond our fears.